answer. Hi guys, this is Dr. Bhupesh from Dr. BKM Institutes recording another question for the day. Please subscribe our channel if you have not, and please check out the last video as well in which I told about the elimination method. In OET readings, there are some questions which are very easy. Suppose if there are 22 questions in the OET reading part B and C, 10 questions will be very easy. So 10 questions can be done without elimination method. 10 questions can be done without strategies because these are simple questions. So in the final OET exam, try to find those 10 questions first. Means if there is any difficult question, moderately difficult, then do not do that question in the first attempt. Only do easy questions in the first attempt. First rule of reading. First rule of passing OET reading part B and C. Do only easy questions. Second, suppose if you have done 10 to 12 easy questions, now you are having 10 questions left. 22 minus 10 or 12, around 10 questions are left. Now you try the elimination method. I am putting this video of elimination in the last of this because we just recorded the elimination method. Then it comes to third type of question. What is the main point? What is the purpose? What is the crux? What does writer infer? Infer, INFER. What is the summary? Purpose, summary, infer, crux, gist, all these question main point. Always remember that mostly 90% the answer would be in the last line. Answer would be in the last line. So doing this kind of a question, taking you along, this is the question I'm recording. The main point of paragraph is that. So it was talking that several adolescents in the United States over the past 30 years, the surveys have shown that all the adolescents who tried cocaine in the past or heroin, had first used alcohol, then they went on to tobacco, then they used cannabis, and then they went to heroin and cocaine. Then they are most likely to use heroin cocaine. Means if a child is going for alcohol, tobacco, cannabis, then ultimately he will go to heroin and cocaine. That is what surveys say. And that the earlier the age of the child, the earlier the age of the first cannabis use, the more likely a young person is to use other illicit drugs. So the main paragraph is going again. If you use alcohol at an early age, if you use tobacco at an early age, if you use cannabis at an early age, then it is more likely that person will have cocaine and heroin. So till now the paragraph was this, but this is the main line, last line. One explanation for this pattern is that. That means now the reading has changed, the paragraph has changed. Now this paragraph is not about cannabis use or alcohol. The main thing is that why. One explanation for this pattern. So the main paragraph is about why young people who use cannabis, they go to heroin and cocaine. So one explanation is that cannabis users obtain the drug from the same market as other illicit drugs. Means the same people who are selling cannabis will ultimately sell you cocaine and heroin. So it is because of the same market, same people, that ultimately they get more opportunities to use. So this paragraph is not about what is happening. This paragraph is about explanation. Why is it happening? So that is where it changes the dynamics. So in purpose wala questions or main argument question, always the last line is the most important one. Alcohol, tobacco, and cannabis can lead to, this is a fact. A is correct, but this is not the main point. Main point is why. Most adolescents who have used cocaine or heroin first try alcohol followed by this and this. Again, right. Not the main point. There is a clear link between habitual cannabis use and use of heroin? Yes, there is a clear link of cannabis use and heroin use. The link is the common market. The link between the cannabis use and the heroin use is the common market, the black market. So this link means this is the explanation why cannabis use people will use heroin. So always go for the last line when it comes to, even if you have done by chance B in this, it's not your fault. But I'm telling you, when it comes to purpose questions, main point of the question, always go for the last line because the last line summarizes the paragraph. Summary question, infer question means last line. So the last line is about that one explanation that why cannabis people will use heroin. So there is a clear link why habitual cannabis user will go for heroin because they will go for it because it's coming from the same market. So that is how you do these questions. Let's do another one. By chance, I didn't do this question until now, but now I'm doing. I can see again the same kind of a question. Best summarizes the main idea. So let's see whether the question is difficult. Please do not break the concentration. I will also try. Otherwise, I can stop the recording, but I will try. But do go to the last thing, thumbnail after the end of this video for the elimination method. Okay. Cognitive training has demonstrable effect on the performance, on views of self, and on the brain, but the results are very specific to the skills that are trained. Cognitive training is a kind of a training that gives specific skills. That is the only thing you can do. Never try to understand the complete line. Just understand the main words and grammar. Cognitive training has demonstrable effects on the performance, on views of self, and on brain function. That means cognitive training is good for performance, function. Views of self means self confidence. But the results are very specific to the skills that are trained. And it is as yet entirely unknown whether there is any effect on when or whether an individual develops Alzheimer's. So that means cognitive training has no effect on Alzheimer's. This effect is unknown. This and it is yet unknown whether there is any effect of cognitive training on individual develops Alzheimer's. That means we don't know. Further, the type of the skills taught by practicing mental health puzzles may be less helpful in everyday life. So they are saying cognitive training is less helpful in life than more straightforward techniques such as concentrating on technique on, or you can see rather than cognitive training, simple techniques are better, like concentrating on taking notes, putting objects in the same place each time, so that so the people who are having problems, the mental problem, they should be told easy skills rather than talking about specific skills. So let's see. The effect cognitive training has on Alzheimer's is limited. Now again, elimination method is also very important. This is what is elimination. Cognitive training has a limited effect. They are saying cognitive training effect is entirely unknown. Entirely means completely unknown. So we cannot say whether the effect is limited or not. So the effect is limited or unlimited, we cannot say because it is entirely unknown. Cognitive training improves the brain function. Cognitive training has demonstrable effects on brain function, so it can be one of the answer. But it does not say improves. It has demonstrable effect, so it can be mean we can say improve. But again, I'm not completely sure whether it talks about brain performance, but it is talking about brain function. So there is I'm little confused in this option. So B would be my answer if C is eliminated. The affect cognitive I'm just going to put it on mute. I don't know how did I forgot to put it on mute. Sorry, it's my fault. It's not their fault. It's my fault. That is why normally I do not record the recording readings because there is always some noise. Anyhow, the effect cognitive training has on Alzheimer's disease is indefinite. Now this is the word. Definite means it can be defined. Indefinite word means it cannot be defined. That means the effect cognitive training has on Alzheimer is not definite, it's undefined. And that is what is saying it is not definite, it is entirely unknown, it is entirely indefinite. So that is how you need to catch the words. So by chance, if you have done B, I still will not get you wrong because it is not proper elimination. But the main line in this was that it is entirely unknown. That means there is an indefinite effect that cannot be defined. You can't define it because you don't know it. So that is how the complicated questions can be done. Again, this was, again, I'm telling you, this is not an easy question. This is not out of those 10 easy questions. This is out of those 10 difficult questions in which you're gonna speculate. Do elimination. Again, the word is cognitive effect has a limited effect. When we say limited effect means we know about it. Whereas the paragraph was saying it is entirely unknown. So we cannot say it has limited effect or unlimited effect. It is entirely unknown. So indefinite is the word that goes along. So this is Dr. Bhupesh from Dr. BKM Institutes. And again, this is a difficult question. Don't blame yourself if you don't do this question right. In paper, it would be like touch and go. You get the marks, that's good. You do not get the marks, that's okay. Because ultimately we need to get 14 out of 22. If our part A is good, only 14 out of 22. If you can find 10 to 12 easy questions, then you have to do only two of these questions right. Only two out of 10. Only two of these difficult questions right. And I hope we all can do it by hook or crook. And by elimination method, we can do four or five right out of these difficult. So that is what is elimination method. So try to catch these words like limited. The effect is completely unknown. So the effect is not limited. The effect is completely unknown. We don't know it. Whether it is 10%, 1%, we don't know it. It is entirely. That is how you need to understand. Thank you. And please watch this video again to learn more. Because from the same video, you will learn more. You will learn two more things when you will listen to it again. Thank you.